So I don't know what you face where you live if you are not living in Eastern Nigeria. All right. It is like everyday war, kind of. I receive videos that people just, I mean, they appear, though angry, when you see bodies of people killed. Yeah. And people are angry, people injured. Did you see that woman there? Did you see those on the floor, on the ground? Rather? Yeah. And you still see people like, why are they not in any way trying to at least save those who survived that? And that is what the life is over there. That's what it is over there. Police will mount check, they have their checkpoints everywhere. And if for any reason you disagree with them, if they ask you for money, you could get killed. And that can lead to an immediate protest, and they will kill more. Your vehicle may run into a ditch that they have dug there just because they are mounting a roadblock. This kind of, and mind you, since they proscribed IPOB and called them terrorists, it was like a license to kill given to all these security forces. And another thing, right? Another shocker. Majority of them who are in those uniforms, they are also Biafrans too. Majority of them. They gave us the image of one of those DSS guys who have been forcing out confession from the people they have kidnapped as members of IPOB. The guy is an Igbo man. He's a Biafran. He works for DSS. So if you go online now, you will see his name. I can't picture his name right now. The moment they proscribed IPOB, it was a license. So when these officers, when these criminals, when they commit or kill anyone in Eastern Nigeria, all they have to do is to quickly refer to those they killed as IPOB members. Every other investigation discontinued. License to kill. Proscribed them. And then if you are an Igbo man, you are an IPOB member. Even outside the Igbo land. The chairman of Nigeria Code of Conduct Bureau Tribunal, something. Code of Conduct Tribunal. You remember that guy that beat up and fought, beat up a security guard in Abuja at the Abuja shopping mall. And then he was shouting, you BIAFRANS, you IPOB members. And they went on to release a statement from his office. And he said he was attacked by IPOB members in Abuja. So to them, every Igbo man is an IPOB member. That is what these northern elders are telling Bokwari that he must never do that. If any court say them be terrorists, no. Gumi said, even if they are carrying out acts of terrorism, they are not terrorists. You cannot call them terrorists. But to many of us, we know they are terrorists. They are the ones who are trying to muddle it up. People got killed in Hiala local government area, and you just watch that. So when people say, who is the bigger terrorist? I think this man has an answer.
The biggest Boko Haram is the federal government itself, because it has all the powers to stop anarchy, political and otherwise in the country. Now that a substantial part of the country has been paralyzed, economic activities have stopped, people are no longer thinking of employment, they are thinking of what to eat and how to survive the following day. So how can
The federal government is the biggest Boko Haram. And that is the federal government now, the Fulani government of Nigeria. people have been saying, let me tell you something about the restructuring clamor. Majority of people knows that restructuring Nigeria, you know what that means? Restructuring means Nigeria will still be Nigeria, but everybody will be in charge of his own affairs. So to make that make sense, some said restructuring Nigeria should be back to the 1963 Republican Constitution. And the 1963 Republican Constitution gave the northern region their own autonomy, the eastern region their own autonomy, the western region their own autonomy to raise tax, generate their own revenue, provide their security within their communities and localities, build the local economy as much as they would love to, as it goes with their people's interests. And it worked then, by the way. So, but some people are now saying, do you know what that means? Over the years, this Alumajiri system of government to robbing Peter to pay Paul, is a system that is sustained on blood of others. So if you tell them to break that, you can actually just ask them to break Nigeria. What does that mean? According to those who are interested in Nigeria, the gatekeepers of Nigeria, those who are benefiting from every calamity that befalls every citizen in that place, yeah? The gatekeepers. And what do you call it? What do you enjoy? They know that Nigeria can only exist as long as the poorest part of Nigeria that they have made poor, they made the entire country poorer, by the way, right? But the dependency of the resources that is so embedded in southern Nigeria, the dependency on that resources by the north and the survival of the north is now hinged on that. Poverty in the northern Nigeria is monumental, no joke. And we know why. Now that they have insecurity added, that free flow of fund from southern Nigeria is the lifeline. So if you want to restructure and you take that away, you can just as well just ask to break up Nigeria so that they have no reason to still be called Nigerians when they can't have access to the resources of others. So this is where the confliction, the conflict of interest comes through from those who want restructuring. That do you really think? Are you really thinking about the restructuring you are asking for? You are asking for what kind of restructuring? That they will give more power to local government, and so who still control all the leverage of the power anyway. It is the same way Nigeria is structured. The center will control it. So, oh, no, they would. Who would implement that? And how long do you think it would take for another person to come in and just abrogate everything just like that? How long? Things like that make people who propagate restructuring to kind of lose the argument, because your restructuring will favor the South more than the North economically. And that exposure is something that will likely explode the northern Nigeria and the religious fanaticism that they have entrenched there for decades. That can explode overnight. And that's a risk. That restructuring doesn't make any sense to them, because your restructuring is never the same restructuring they have done by segregating the entire country, creating states to fill in the gap of your dream of restructuring. Because the true restructuring is they will have to, they will have to back out. 1960, 1963. There was nobody that was given, nobody, Yorubas were not going to the center to collect money. We were even loaning them, we were giving them money at the center. That's how rich we were as part of that Nigeria. So going back to that means Now that we have access to what we know we can build on as our resources and all of that, trust me, it will be to their disadvantage. So if you are talking about restructuring, talking about anything at all, that is what you are talking about for the Northern to take their hands off the cookie jar and let people do what they want with their resources. Let the Niger Deltans do whatever they want with their money. Let the Yorubas do whatever they want to do with their own VAT and money and every other thing. That will make the Northern Nigeria even poorer. So if you ask them to restructure, the reason why they want it is because if you ask them to restructure, you can as well ask them to break Nigeria up, which is what we are actually asking. It's easier that way. It saves lives. That is exactly what the Biafrans are asking for. That's what the Yorubas are asking for. That is what the reasonable people are asking for, including some from the Arewa who believe that Maiyegun, we are not poor. We only have poor criminals claiming to represent us. And I want to believe that there used to be this granite pyramid, something that was so great historically, that many people will actually want to see that replicated, but they will never do it. Rather, they will promote Ruga for invading terrorists who are kidnapping their people, making them poorer, destroying their farmlands, killing them and all of that, right? They would rather give land or propagate or advocate to give them lands to accommodate them than keep the people that give them that power. So they told me, they said, Maiyegun, if Nigeria break up today, the northern Nigeria is not going to be poor. We're just going to get rid of the criminals who have made us poorer. I was like, it could be an eye-opener. And that's why people said, instead of asking for restructuring, why not? Some even asking for regionalism. It's the same thing. You see, anything that is going to alter what they have right now. What they have right now is Almajiri system of government, whereby they rob Peter to pay Paul. Do you get that now? Even if Peter continued to lament and complain, they would rather beat and traumatize Peter, as long as Paul keeps getting the freebies. That is the context of Nigeria. So if you decide to alter that, if you decide that, no, let us do it this way, let's do it that way, you are breaking that chain. So you may be wondering, how come it's so, why don't they want to break? That's why they don't want to break. That is why they won't invest. It's so unfortunate too, because you've had the Southerners who have been president of Nigeria too. They did not invest in the South though. So it is pretty much kind of hypocritical for us to put all of the blame on Bokwari and gang. And this is what I mean, right? Obasanjo begged the world to forgive Nigeria their debts. So from almost a $40 billion debt, Obasanjo got the debt to zero, right? And between 2015 to between 2005 to 2015, Nigeria debt already jumped again to over 40 billion. Courtesy of Obasanjo himself, Yaradua, and Goodluck Egbere, Jolantan. And for those 8 plus 5 years, right? 13 years, no single power plant was built and completed to generate uninterrupted power supply in any part of southern Nigeria. No single refinery was built or renovated to work, and made working at 100% capacity for those 13 years, right? Now, we have Bokwari, who doesn't have to care anymore. Anyway, that's how Nigeria is, right? Bokwari decided to go and borrow money. When they took loan, they decided to go to Niger Republic and increase their own refinery that used to generate 20,000 barrels of crude oil in there. To refine 20,000 barrels of crude oil a day. They took your money, went to Niger Republic, and they increased the capacity to 45,000 capacity in Niger Republic. And the Minister of Petrol of States yeah, a former minister, a former governor of Bayelsa State, an oil-producing state in the Niger Delta Creek, right? He came out to come and announce it as an achievement of Boko Haram's government. The Boko Haram's government has gone into partnership with an Niger refinery to be refining 40,000 crude oil of Nigeria. Meanwhile, Port Harcourt refinery has the capacity of refining more than 75,000 crude oil a day if they actually put that to full capacity. Now, not just that, they decided to go abroad to go and take a loan, billions of dollars of loan, to then lay the pipe from Niger Delta down straight to Niger Republic, where they are going to pump oil from Niger Delta, and they will to open up the tap in the Niger Republic, right? From there, they can sell the Niger Delta crude oil to the rest of the deserts and every other person from there all over the world. Now, they borrowed the money, they took a loan to do that, and they came to celebrate it as a big milestone that they are going to take oil through pipeline, and they're going to take how much is that project? 6 point something billion dollars project. They took loan, they will build that. Meanwhile, a refinery built with $2 billion or $3 billion can possibly refine more than 10, 20,000 barrels of crude oil a day, create jobs for those people, for those young people in Niger Delta and all the environs, right? Create a good paying job for them. But no, would you blame him? Yeah, would you? A minister who comes from Niger Delta as well, a minister, a former governor of Rivers State, Amechi, that is Judas Iscariot. They call him Ubima Judas Iscariot. So Judas Iscariot, who is the minister of transportation, for the past 6 years, he has been doing everything to prove to the rest of you that Niger is more important than Nigeria, and you should get that. Once you know that, you will know peace. So how would you blame Boko Haram when a minister justify, but taking a loan to build rail line into Niger Republic, and they begged them in Niger Republic to let them build them the rail train from Nigeria. And when he was asked, why not do the same in Nigeria, where it is pretty much economic viable, people will pay back, it will create jobs and make life much easier, he condemned it. Do you have money to, he couldn't defend that, right? With that. So would you then blame Boko Haram for any reason? So that's why people are asking, you know what? Just break it up. Make it easier on everyone. Break it up. If there's going to be any conversation about Nigeria, it should be about all this imbalance. And if you identify them as I have, right, it's so easy and straightforward. If you want to still be part of Nigeria, yeah, that means you have to continue to give those freebies. If you don't want to give those freebies anymore, there's no point in pretending we want regionalism, we want restructuring, we want this or that. We are pretending if you continue to do that. I know the process of referendum is a long one, but how about we begin to tell ourselves the truth, what we really want that can give results? And that is conversation around how to part ways peacefully, how to live without what Boko Haram has turned self-determination struggle into. And honestly, it's not just going to be Boko Haram. I was reading, particularly, I was reading these people who got released. They were arrested as MASOB members. Do you know that? Just same thing that is going on right now in the eastern Nigeria. MASOB was under who? I think it started under Obasanjo. And MASOB was under Jonathan too, right? People were picked up. A man, 15 of them, right? 15 of them. Or sorry, about 15 of them. They have been in detention for more than 14 years. Majority of them were picked up randomly. And they were accused to be members of MASOB. That Unwazurike's Biafran team. Many innocent people, including one of them. One man said he opened his shop And he told the boys in his shop that he's going to be back in the next 5-10 minutes. He wanted to quickly pick something up from another store. That was the last time they saw him. The next thing they heard was that he's been arrested as a member of MASOB. They took away about 14 years of his life. They locked him up. Him and many others who got released. That is what is going on right now. This happened not under Boko Haram. It happened under Southern presidents. So that's why I told people, I said, listen, if Boko Haram is not there tomorrow, and they bring another Yoruba man as a president, or another Igbo man, even if they actually try to play it better, and then put wool over our eyes, by suddenly they all change and they say, yes, we agree that the Igbo should be the president if we really want to heal, if we want to really recover from the division and this country's issue, right? And they make an Igbo man president. You can take this from me free of charge. If you hold any flag anywhere for Yoruba nation, if you hold any flag anywhere for Biafra, that your Yoruba brother as president, that your Igbo brother as president, he will give the order for them to shoot and kill you. If you are lucky enough, when they pick you up, they can make you disappear forever until you are no longer a threat to them. It is what it is. It is Nigeria. It is not just about the person there. Boko Haram just came with a personal vendetta which he felt like Gowon did not let them complete in 1960, between 1967 and 1970. He had this personal disdain for the Igbos, and he never hid that. He never, ever. That is why when they were trying to sell him to everybody, right, they told you that he had an in-law who was an Igbo man. He's a personal driver. He's an Igbo man. Obina from Oka is this and that is this. His personal doctor is an Igbo man. Just to let you know that people knew that he had that personal kind of. It's not alone, no. There are many like that too. But you know, he had that personal grudge, unfinished business with the Igbos. So when he grabbed the power, that's why it's easier for him to unleash the military openly on them as we speak today, as you are hearing this. But if Boko Haram is no longer there tomorrow, take this from me free of charge. An Igbo president, he will give the order for them to arrest you. He will give the order for them to shoot you for holding Biafran flag. You know why? Because it's Nigeria. Maiyegun Inofi B ask those who got picked up by Obasanjo during the OPC saga. But OPC was this, that. I said, okay, fine. Is it not just something they need to actually use to nail you? It doesn't take a rocket science. So it is easier for everybody to continue to demand for easy separation. There is no point in hiding behind all fallacies, lies, or pretense and all of that. For example, if a Yoruba man become president, is going to give approval for state police. Obasanjo just told you he will give you state police. He never gave you. He will never give you that. Anything that would take away their power, the power that they can call their police to start clamping down on you, attacking you, crushing you here and there. That power is a personal power that Nigeria gives to them. They don't give that away. Oh, the power that make the state governors to steal the money from local government. That is their own inheritance. They call it power that you can't take away from them. Even the federal government of them won't give it to them. So there's no point in asking for any restructuring that gives more power to this and that if you are really genuinely asking for something that will last. And that is why referendum is not war. It can become a commonly used word because it is the right thing to do. Let people this. That's why I said, listen, if you see anybody standing up and they say this person is speaking up for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and or Oloye Sunday Igboho, and there are people who have spoken up against them before, who have condemned them or even threatened to what do you call it, to destroy them and all of that. You see, There's something you should know. If they now turn around to start talking better about you, great. That doesn't make them your friends, right? It doesn't make them your enemies either. Okay? Because even at the end of the day, now all of us could disagree to agree. Oh, you get that now? Those who don't believe in the breakup of Nigeria, right? And those who believe that there should be a Biafra, there should be a Yoruba nation. That is why the word referendum means something. Referendum means that everybody will have a chance to decide what they want and where they want to be. And that choice, that chance is democratic. That is what the Nigerian system doesn't want to gamble with. But you, as a person who believes strongly in Yoruba nation, who believes strongly in Biafra, you must also know that there are those who don't. So you can't hate them. You can't call them enemies. You can't, you know what I mean now? It simply means in a country where you want to actually, where the majority are going to get to leave, when the majority eventually vote for Biafra, you are going to see those who are going to still live there. They are still going to be Biafrans anyway, even if they never agree. They are. Let me tell you something. When you go out there and you talk about referendum, right? Referendum is a democratic process where people will choose yes or no. Do you want this? Do you want that? No, yes. The reason is because there will always be those who don't agree. So if those who don't agree are more, right, that doesn't turn those of you who wanted that thing into an immediate enemy. And they shouldn't turn them into an immediate enemies too. Maybe it's just, it will just be more job to be done. So you should know that there are those who are never going to agree. Now, eventually, if Biafra come, when Biafra come, right, they are still going to be Biafrans. You can't call them sabos. You can't call them enemies. You can't call them this and that. You can't hate them. It is democratic.